What's up, everybody? Max at Zima Automotive, back with some more diagnostic tips and explanations. And we want to make sure that everybody out there knows that diagnostics don't pertain just to electrical issues. But sometimes we have to use diagnostics on a noise that we hear. And some of these noises can be very complex and very in-depth defined. With all the aluminum and different body panels underneath a vehicle anymore, it kind of creates like this megaphone underneath it. So you swear that you're hearing a noise in the right rear of the vehicle, and then it turns out to be in the left front, or vice versa. And these noises just kind of tend to ricochet and vibrate off of everything. So we have to spend some time to really narrow that down. And sometimes it takes a couple test drives, sometimes it takes a couple people. One really cool tool that we have to help with this is this guy right here. These are called chassis ears. And what these do is, as you can see here, we got some different colors on here. These stand for different channels. We then take these clamps, we clamp these onto different parts of the vehicle that we might think is making that noise. And then the other end gets plugged into this box. Then we take it for a drive down the road, because not everything we can find just sitting in the shop. And then this allows us to switch between the channels, and we can hear these different connectors of where they are. And when they're the loudest, then we know that that's where that noise is coming from. And that can take a while to set up. Some of these vehicles, it might take a half hour to 40 minutes just to set these clamps up. And then we have to tie up the wiring to make sure they don't get wrapped around an axle or a wheel or a brake or something like that. So we might have 40 minutes just into a setup, just so we can start listening for a noise. So if you follow me, we're gonna head over to the car. I'm gonna show you how we set these up and just what we have to do when we start getting into weird noises and we have to use chassis ears. All right, so this is how we hook up these chassis ears. So this vehicle has some noise coming from what we believe is the right front wheel. It could be a ball joint, could be a wheel bearing. It's really hard to tell. There's no play or anything in the suspension. We've already checked all that out. And here's this clamp that I was talking about. And so one is we're gonna put them on this lower control arm near a ball joint. Now this is an axle that's gonna be spinning. Obviously the wheel's gonna be spinning going down the road. So we gotta use different Velcro straps and zip ties, and we'll have to route this wire, all the way up through the engine compartment and into the vehicle so that we can listen to our headphones. So we would put one here, and so we're not really sure where, if it's that or maybe a wheel bearing. So we would take another clamp, put it on something a little bit higher, rerun this through your same one. And again, we're gonna have to route these wires up away from axles, everything else. And this is what's so time consuming. And then, we got the green channel and the white channel. We can then drive down the road, and on the dial that I showed you earlier, we can switch from green to white and see which one is louder. And that really helps us to make sure that we are nailing this diagnostic with 100% accuracy. You're not wasting your money, you're not wasting time. We'll get you in and out as quick as possible and get you back on the road. All right, so I hope that helped to understand that not all diagnostics are electrical. Sometimes they're suspension related, and that is why we have different levels of diagnostic at Zima Automotive. So depending on what the situation is and what we have to do to actually go through and get things set up, we'll determine the different levels of that diagnostic. So this is just one example of us listening for a noise on the outside of a car, and I hope that helped. Stay tuned for more videos. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll get you hooked up. Thanks. Hey everybody, thanks for watching that video. Don't forget to click and subscribe to this channel to get more information, or click over here and watch our next video.